Most chronic pain conquerors suffer from pain due to oversensitive nerves. The colder temperatures can cause widespread pain and joint muscle pain as well. This is caused by an increase in nerve receptivity. So, cold weather has a negative influence on chronic pain in many people.
With the way you may feel, how do you prepare for the cold winter season?
Do you think about clothes you may need outside and maybe inside as well?
How about even as simple as doing your groceries? Have you thought about having them delivered?
Hmm. Today's show, we are speaking on the topic of winter preparations. We will be sharing with you tips and tricks on how to survive those cold winter months, as well as share with you some of the things we do and are planning to implement for our winter preparations. Are you ready for another chronic pain conversations? Let's go.
Hello and
Hello
welcome.
and welcome to Communicating Conversations. My name is Khalilah Bruswell, and this is my wonderful co-host Sheriffa McLaren. And this is a show where we have open, honest dialogue about chronic pain. We share on our experiences, acknowledge the wide variety of chronic pain diagnoses, and look at ways to manage our chronic pain. Now we're starting season 4, and as usual, we're going to get ourselves right into pain and pleasure. Sheriffa, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, my love.
Oh my gosh, can you believe we're in 2022? We're in season
2022.
4.
Yep.
What is
Yep.
happening?
This is
What is
crazy.
happening?
It's crazy.
It has been so crazy.
Hmm.
How have you been though, Mama? Have things been good with you?
I've been so good. Holidays were a bit rough. I can't lie. First holidays without my papa, so it was a bit rough.
Right.
But other than that, I've been amazing. I have to
Really?
share. I have to share with the chronic pain community
Okay.
that I'm officially a dog mom.
Oh! Yeah!
I'm officially a dog mom, and he is so amazing. He keeps me on my toes, and he's just awesome. His name is Ollie.
Okay. Do you have a picture of Ollie to share?
I don't have a picture of Ollie to share, but I'll share that next week for you. I may even bring him on next week. How about that?
Okay, we'll post that up. Now, why did you get Ollie? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I've always wanted to get a dog, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
But Caribbean parents no want no dog near the house and ray. So I guess just the house felt a little bit empty, and so we had a conversation with my mom, and she was like, you know what, let's go big or go home. So we got Ollie.
You got another baby.
Yeah,
So you gave your
I
mom a
have
grandchild.
right, and she loves him. She loves him. Like when I tell you, I can leave them at home, and she's like, she already has videos and pictures in her phone of him.
Are you serious,
Yeah,
Mama? Look
so
at
he's good. He's really smart and he's attached.
him. Really?
Yeah, he's really smart. I love him.
Aww.
Yeah. But how have
Congrats.
you
Makes me
been?
happy. So for me, let's see. Tomorrow is the big day, Sharifa. I am
Mm-hmm.
going under for my procedure.
Right.
I remember we had this conversation January or December of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, you guys have been following me for the full year. Um, we had I was supposed to have it in December when we were down, but I had some iron deficiency issues. So people have heard me talk about my alpha thalassemia, and
Mm-hmm.
that really kind of went down, and we had to bring it up before they could even think about operating on me to make sure that my
Right.
hemoglobin is up.
Right.
But for people who are interested, you can follow me because I've been posting my lipedema journal on my social media. So you can follow us or follow me at The Overcomer. So that's been pretty cool. I'm still in California. At this
Listen,
point,
it's cold over here, so enjoy it while it lasts.
No. We are about to shut down the concept that it is not cold in California. Y'all, it's freezing out here. These people have scarves. They have like hats. They have winter jackets. They have boots. The only thing they don't have is earmuffs. They're rocking toots out here. So
What?
if you, yes, girl, like as much as the beach is here and the mountains are up there,
Yeah.
we're getting like 7 degrees Celsius if you're Canadian and like 50 if you're American. It is ratty cold out here, and my body is still feeling it. So don't sit here and think that it's all sunny and limey and it's
Guys, the Trini just came out. OMG.
I'm just saying, stop thinking that because I was in California and this look all pretty, this is only background. That's all I say. And at nighttime, I freezing. I pulling on my mittens and my scarf and my toque, and I pulling on my winter jacket in California.
Okay, guys, this is a side of Khalilah that you've never seen, but like we said, it's season 4, so expect the unexpected.
You guys know us. We're just gonna be stupid.
Honestly. But guys, we are back. We are back full-fledged. My craziness is back on y'all's screens.
Yeah.
Khalilah's bringing out her craziness. She's following in my footsteps, so I'm very proud. But Khalilah, let's get into the show today.
Let's get into the show.
Let me share something with you. I want to see if you know this. Did you know that in winter, our body starts to conserve heat and send a greater amount of blood to the local organs at the center of the body? Khalilah.
I knew that.
You did?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but you did know that?
I did. I knew that.
Okay, so I didn't know
I already knew that.
Like when preparing
that
for this
is why
show,
our parents always used to tell us. So our parents used to always say, cover your head, cover your feet, cover your hands. As long as those are covered, your body's okay.
No, I didn't know that at all.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, but I found out that the blood vessels present in our arms, legs, knee joints, and our shoulders become stiff. That's why we in the chronic pain community get pain and discomfort. So I learned something.
Yeah.
You already knew.
It's not. Well, I mean, think about it, right? If you put something in a glass of water, and then you put that glass of water in the freezer, the longer it stays in the freezer, the less that item can move in the water.
True.
Right?
True.
And think about that in terms of our bones and stuff. Like if water can do so many things, but in the summertime we're kind of like movable, we're good. But once it gets cold out, we need a lot more warmth. Which is why we're talking about today, because
right, 100%.
Cold is not our friend. Cold is not a friend. And if you guys have been watching, Sheriffa from the longest time has been cussing the cold. I am amazed that she has a dog that she's walking outside in the wintertime.
Whoa! Stop right there. That's where you're wrong, my girl.
Why?
Why? Thank God, right now. He's still a baby, so technically he can't be around other dogs right now until he gets all his shots. So thank God for a backyard that is enclosed and he can go and run around and whatever he wants to do. While his mama sits outside. While his mama sits inside. Yep. But we'll get into that later about walking your dogs.
Walking your dogs. So I think one of the first things that I know that we wanted to address in all of this was medication. Because people hate having to go out. Listen, you guys, when we talk about cold and pain, this isn't just someone that's talking about, ooh, I'm chilly and just put me by the warm fireplace. We're talking about your steps hurt, your walk hurt, your hip hurt, your back hurts. We're talking about feeling like you're in an ice box. Like, you know, when you go into Costco and there's the milk section or the dairy section
in the freezer,
and you just want to go in and out really quickly.
Yep.
So imagine when we say that we are stuck in that without a jacket, and that's what winter feels like for us.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that's the closest that we could give an explanation to.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it feels like.
So we're talking about how to keep ourselves not in the cold and smart things that we can do. And one of the things that we wanted to bring up was definitely talking about our meds and ordering our medication and having those doctor's appointments. So I know, Sheriffa, you know, one of the things is scheduling your doctor's appointments ahead of time. We're at a place where sometimes people want to wait until they actually feel bad before they go to their doctor. But then there's people like us in the chronic pain community where we know that we have to see our doctors to get our prescriptions or to do check-ins. And you want to be able to make sure that maybe you're not doing it first thing in the morning. Maybe you're doing it more in the midday when the sun is actually up to heat your body when you're going out, right? And booking your appointments at least a month in advance so that you're not actually just getting stuck in whenever they're available, but you're getting to pick the time that you want so that you're comfortable. When it comes to your pharmacy, you know, you want to ask questions like, does your pharmacy deliver? Is it free? Or what's the minimum charge? And also asking them, we've had this conversation before, but asking for your medicines, instead of asking for them 1 month at a time, asking for them at least 3 months at a time. So that you don't have to go to the doctor as often in the winter, or you don't have to go to the pharmacy as often. And the other thing that we want to talk about is when it becomes wintertime, we had this huge thing with COVID, but even in wintertime, deliveries get delayed, which means medicine gets delayed to your doctor, your physicians. So you don't want to wait till you're down to your last pill. You should be making your order, placing your order at least 2 weeks in advance, or at least 1 week in advance, and then being able to pick it up before your current on stock even goes out of supply. Think about it in terms of your cabinet, you know?
I 100% agree. I actually got this medication dispenser, and they have been really, really amazing. Like, when I tell you, I have my supply in that will last me till January 27th. I already have my refill for January 28th to, I think, March something. So they're really ahead of schedule. And it's like, if you know medications change, your doses change all the time, they're really good with adjusting, getting that delivered. So I don't even have to call for my refill. Like, it's already at my door waiting for me.
Well, I love that. I love that. But then we've got things like, you know, there are people right now with everything that's happening with COVID, it's just taking longer for stuff to happen. And you've got to incorporate that stuff into your thought process in terms 100%. Of, because it breaks my heart when I get on a chronic pain group and they're like, yeah, I'm on my last medicine and I have to wait to go see my doctor. And then they get upset because it's going to take 2 weeks for me to get my meds. And I'm like, why didn't you start this?
That's why you get ahead and stay ahead. Yep.
And they're just like, oh, and I'm like, so this is a point to keep down and put them in your calendar. That's the one thing Sheriffa knows I'm really, really big about. I will literally put a task or an appointment or a reminder and just repeat it every 3 months. That'll say, fill up prescriptions.
Yep.
So talk to us about one of the things that we don't like to talk about when it comes to the cold winter. Look at you smiling. You're not supposed to smile right now. This is a sad moment.
I know. Literally, it's a sad moment.
It's literally a sad moment.
Okay, so a lot of people know about it, but a lot of people, I realize, go through it and don't know that they go through it. and that's
Okay.
SAD. So seasonal affective disorder. I personally, I have SAD, so it's a real thing. I do. I have SAD because I actually have it to the point where my doctor will call, and he's really courteous like that, and he'll call me and check in on me to see how I'm doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Right.
Okay.
So for
Right.
those who don't know what it is, it's a type of depression that relates to changes in the seasons. So if you're like most people with SAD, if you know you have SAD and you suffer from it, your symptoms start in the fall and it continues into the winter months. And it drains your energy. It makes you feel moody and all the things that come with depression. But it's only for a season, basically. Okay. So some things that I do to help me with SAD.
Okay.
I use a diffuser. So with my diffuser comes my essential oils.
So we're talking about hair diffuser or diffuser?
What do you mean?
I'm just messing with you. There's a hair diffuser.
Guys, you see what I'm talking about? Season 4. Khalilah's a whole different character right now.
Sorry, my bad. I'm excited.
Okay, so I use my essential oils. So my top essential oils that I use is lavender, because that's a calming kind of essential oil. Chamomile for sleep. And then if I'm in like home in the day and I'm just chilling or getting stuff done, I do juniper berry, which my dad introduced me to. So shout out to my papa. Juniper berry, it's a herbal, a herb, I should say. Okay. You can make it with teas and all that stuff, and it's basically just, it's calming, but it also gives you energy. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I more do therapeutic sense. Of course, you have like, you know, your nice smelling stuff like apple cinnamon or whatever. I'm more therapeutic and I'm more on the natural side of things. So that's just my preference, but there's things to suit everybody, right?
Okay.
They have SAD lamps. So SAD lamps are, I can tell you here in Toronto, the sun hasn't been out much. And so there's SAD lamps that you can use to give you that brightness in your room. You've heard of it, right?
I might need one down here because it rains a lot.
That's what I was just about to say. I haven't looked into getting one just yet, but I'm thinking about it. But they are pretty pricey. So But for now, I think I'm managing without it.
Yeah.
Yes, there are. But right now, I think I'm managing without it. But that is definitely something that people can look into. Of course, vitamin C. Vitamin C is very essential because it helps, you know, your immune system, because depression can break down your body and break down your immune system. And we definitely need things that will help upkeep our immune system. Remember, we're in a different time where it's COVID. So it's even more essential that our immune system is working at its best. You feel me?
It is.
Bright colors. Bright colors is also something that can help when it comes to decorating your space and stuff like that. Maybe you're decorating for Christmas. See, Khalilah's got the bright colors. So that's something that can help uplift your spirits. So for example, we're decorating for Christmas. Maybe you don't want to do greenery. You can do, you know, silver, white, stuff that will help you feel good, be in a good mood, uplift your spirit, stuff like that. So don't be afraid to add a little extraness to your room.
I know that everybody's kind of like, this is a season where they're like, okay, dark colors, wintry colors and stuff like that. But there's oranges and reds and pinks and yellows, and there are uplifting colors that you can wear right now.
Right.
And it may not even be just the colors that you wear. Maybe it's the colors you're hanging on your curtains or that you're placing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is what I personally do. And there's different things, but I think everyone has their different preferences. It's whatever will uplift you. You can do arts and crafts, just little things that will take you out of the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm going to stop you right there.
Yep.
Because you said arts and crafts. Now, I'm not going to give my age away, but normally people of our elderly mindset hear arts and crafts and they're like,
yeah, they think kids and crayons and all that stuff.
So what can arts and crafts look like?
So I'll give you an example. Saturday night, I actually did a vision board. That was my little arts and crafts. So
Okay.
I got a pink board. Again, we're going with bright colors, uplifting colors.
Mm-hmm.
I took out my scissors. I'm cutting up my stuff. Got my stickers, posting, my thumbtacks, all that stuff. Like little things like that, you know? So it's essential because your vision for what you want to accomplish for the year, but it's also something to keep you distracted, something fun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You know
So stuff
what?
like that.
We should definitely have a show on vision board for our chronic pain. That would be a really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think when I think arts and crafts, it's really funny, but sometimes I do think crayons and pencils because nowadays people are doing like the jewelry beading or they're
Mm-hmm.
doing the thing or they're
Mm-hmm.
doing the colored by numbers or the paint by numbers.
Right. Right.
And they have them in adult version in terms of what the picture outcome looks like.
Right.
So I think with that or even puzzles. I know it sounds really crazy, but puzzles with the flowers or with the animals or puzzles with the great backdrops or even on your computer. These
Yeah, that
all
it works. They have on the tablet, on your phone. I actually just finished a diamond painting.
Did you really?
I finished a diamond painting.
Can you please take a picture and let us post that as our
No,
arts and
not
crafts?
a problem. I most definitely will.
Okay. Can we talk a little bit about so we talked about medicine, we talked about being sad, but let's talk about the fact that we actually have to go out. Like there is a point where we can't just stay in the house all bundled up. We
Guys,
actually
let
have
me
to
stop.
like
Let me stop Khalilah. There's a point where Khalilah cannot stay in her house. So this is why Khalilah is gonna explain to us
why you
winter
gotta pull me out of
preparations when
this?
it comes to driving that Khalilah absolutely loves so much, and her car. You see? Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna decline. I'm not gonna decline. God made nature and I love nature and nature loves me.
Mm-hmm.
And what? Right? I used to be the girl that made snow angels. Can't make those anymore right now. But it's not even just about going out. Like Sheriffa, even though we're starting in the new year, things are still happening. Valentine's Day is coming up. You're still
Yep.
visiting family, still doing a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And people are like, they hate going places because they will feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about a couple of things in terms of preparing your car or different stuff like that. So I ran out of the house to go and be like, let me show you what I got because I picked up a couple of different things out here that you're going to love. So first and foremost, as much as it sounds really crazy, always have a bag in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for extra clothes, that's for your extra gloves, that's for
Yep.
your blanket, that's for your layer clothes, all of those different things. Like we need to stop thinking that whatever we have on is all we need. I always have like booties or an extra heavy sweater or even my winter jacket in the car. That's a must.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I got, and I'm loving for it, and I actually need to find it down here, is my car starter because it's getting cold down here now. Is a car starter. Now I know
Mm-hmm.
that we're going to talk money, and I know that everybody doesn't have money, but the truth of the matter is you can get a car starter for like $100, or you can get a car starter for $150. It might be a present that you give to yourself. But what that does for your body, instead of sitting in the car and shaking while it warms
Right.
up,
Right.
when you get there, love it.
Yep. It's in the long run, it's worth it.
Okay. Question: do you have heated seats in your car, Sheriffa?
In the front and back, girl. Yes, I do.
Not everybody's as fortunate as you. So, my first car, we didn't have that. My second car, yes, we do. But if you're like me and you don't, I've had to do a couple of hacks. So, if you've got your heated car seat, Merry Christmas to you. But if you don't, we're going to go into some special hacks. So, you know how you can get a car jack for your cigarette holder and it can have like a 3-prong or a 2-prong on it so you can plug something into it? Yeah. This is when your heated pad gets in here. Pull out your heated pad, plug it in, get yourself one that has like an automatic timer on it. But for anybody that's like me, this is like $30 and then a car jack in the back of it or a plug is like another $20-$30. It sounds crazy, but this sucker, when you put it on your back and you drive, Sheriffa, it feels like your car seat is heated. So you can't get mad and you're only happy with that.
There you go.
Then there's things like what? So then, Sheriffa, you're going to love these. So I've been down here. I'm going to give a shout out to Bed Bath & Beyond for a moment because
it's not sponsored, guys. Just saying.
The handy heater.
Is that like that looks small, like it's in a plug?
It is. It is a plug, Sheriffa. It is an actual turbo. So this sucker will go from like 60 to 90 Fahrenheit. It's got a 12-hour programming. This sucker plugs in. As much as it sounds really crazy, you can go to someone else's house, and if their house is too cold for you,
you'd be like, I'll warm it up for you.
Just warm up your area. I use this in class. I go into class, and the computer room will be cold, but I can plug this right into the wall socket underneath my feet, and it just heats my body. So shout out to Bed Bath & Beyond for this. If you don't have that option and you don't want to look like, because you know me, I don't really business. I'm just going in whatever.
We don't really care out in these streets. Flannel blankets.
No, Sheriffa, look at the word. Look at the word.
Oh, heated. Whoa.
Heated.
Okay, so how does that work?
So this is okay. So we know that I have my weighted blanket and we have my plug-in. You know, you have your heated blankets. Yeah. This is a heated throw blanket. Would you believe I got this from Walmart for like $20-$25?
So hold on. Good price. That's a good pricing. So does your body heat work with the blanket? Is that what it is?
This is a plug-in. This actually has a plug-in.
You plug it in.
So basically, it's a heating pad, but it's a throw. It's a combination between a heating pad is small, a throw blanket is for just your body, and then you've got like a whole blanket, which is for your bed. So I don't care where I go anymore. Just put me beside a plug and I'm happy.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need your stinking heat. I bring my own.
That is the Trini. I like that. The heated blanket. I may look into that. Right now, it's the weighted blanket that's just working for me.
All I'm saying, though, you guys, is there are things that are out there that
there's options.
Comfortable in driving and being out there with other people, and I completely am in love with it. So I'm just gonna. Oh, before I forget, please, pretty please, with a cherry on top. Always make sure that you have medication in your car. That's the one thing that people forget.
Yep.
Always leave a spare medication case in your car. You need that. That is definite. And the other thing is there's something that I don't have it here. It's back in Canada. But if you guys ever heard of the little clicker, it's normally like a liquid pad. It's a liquid patch. Yeah. And when you click in it, it crystallizes and it makes things all warm for you. And all you normally do is hit it back in the microwave or throw it in a pot of hot water and it just liquefies again until you click it and then you get to reuse it. It's a reusable heater pad. You normally see those things at like the fairs or stuff like that.
How small is it?
They come in different sizes. Some of them are round. Some of them are square. Some of them you can get across your whole back or things like that.
Okay.
But these are things that, like, in your mitten, when your hands are cold, they'll go right into your mitten. And they just keep your hands warm. There's so much out there.
There's options for sure.
There's options. Just be resourceful.
100%.
All right. Let's talk about feeding our bellies, Sheriffa, because
this is what I like to get into.
Because she's bottomless pit, and
and I'm very proud of it too. Okay. So let's talk about food preparation. So of course, we all have our good and bad days. I know for a fact there's some days that I'm just aching and I cannot get up to go make myself some curry chicken and white rice and ting. Yeah. So there's things like food ordering. So nothing beats Uber Eats, skip the dishes, all that stuff. But if we want to stay healthy
Mm-hmm.
and all that jazz, we can try healthy pre-made dinners. They have those out there. There's also box meals. So box meals is actually like groceries and dinner in one. They come with all the ingredients that you're going to need to make your dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Simple instructions and your dinner is done. So that depends on your day, how much energy you have, all that jazz. As well as have a plan if you may need groceries on a regular. So if that means ordering your groceries and if you have the energy to go pick them up, at least you know they're picked out for you and all you got to do is just take them home.
Mm-hmm.
You can even consult a friend, a family member to even go do your groceries for you. That's always an option. And I'm pretty sure we all have one person we can rely on and ask. Right, Khalilah? And also, don't hesitate to even just see if someone will help you cook, meal prep. That's also an option too. Pick one day, meal prep all your food. That way, it's just warm it up and eat it. That's what I think.
Rifa, if I told you so, it's so funny that we're having this because literally yesterday, this food ordering concept is what I had to do because of surgery tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go buy all of my pre-food, and I got all these little pre-made meals. And Whole Food sells it.
Right.
Well, in the U.S., Sprouts sells it, and you can get healthy meals with or work with a nutritionist.
Right.
One of the things we don't like to talk about are the soups. Soups and broths right now can be your friend. So even if you just get those box soups like the butternut squash or the different things like that, those are so good for your belly as well, and they give you some of that that you need.
Yeah, some of the stuff that your body does need is in those kind of things as well. So you won't be lacking like your vitamins, your minerals, all that stuff as well.
And do you know what the best pre-made food is, Rifa?
Which ones?
The ones that are left over from someone else.
Guys, we were talking about like those Christmas dinners that you just take a little doggy bag and go on. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, what you're talking about, if you can help in terms of like, asking someone to help pre-made, listen, mom, sis, friend, church mama, co-worker, whoever's in your roster, could you make a little extra for me?
I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
I have friends that have literally, I will give them a couple of extra dollars and they'll buy and whatever they're making, they'll bring for me. Like mommies still love to cook for us. So it's not like you're asking for free food, but hand them the money and they'll cook for you. There's options.
Yep, absolutely.
Options. Talk to me about, okay, so one of the things that you were talking about, and I want to go back into this because we apparently have some people that are chronic pain conquerors that are in your position now, that are dog walkers and cold and dog walking, and some of them have balconies, they don't have backyards.
I know.
So, I mean, as much as the fertilizer might be nice right now, once springtime comes, that's a whole different ballgame. So,
it's true.
Talk to me about,
he's actually right here. I'm trying to see if he'll make an appearance.
I know. I keep seeing. I was like, she's writing something.
Yeah, he's literally right here. So, dog walking options.
Yeah.
There are dog walkers in people's areas. I see them all the time in my area. Personally, it's your comfort. I'm a bit too attached to let him go with anybody right now. But there is options. Right. There's also programs. So there's dog boarding programs at pet stores, guys. So you can literally drop off your pet, and they have like check in and check out. So again, that's depending on your circumstance, your comfortability, how long you're willing to be away from your little fur baby, all that stuff. But there are options. For me personally, I'm just lucky that he's still a baby and he cannot really be with other dogs right now because he's not fully gotten all his shots as small as he is. So I just let him go in the backyard, do his thing. I clean up after him, and he is just one happy little fur baby.
Fur baby. She's got a fur baby.
I know.
Can we talk about one of the things that we don't like to talk about and we need to talk about is definite active lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because as much as we don't want to go out and as much as the cold affects our body and kind of starts limiting us, we have to keep that movement going. We have to. Winter is a time where you kind of, as much as you want to like hibernate, we don't have that choice because we can develop things like bursitis from not moving around a lot, or and people are like, well, I don't want to go to the gym, or it's too cold outside, or COVID's just like locked it up.
Literally.
Listen, you guys. So I have been in California while my Canadian trainer has been in Canada. I've done online training courses with her.
Yeah.
There's also options where you're using YouTube or there's videos. For as much as people don't realize it, there is a group out there. There are people that are doing things like chronic pain, slow movement, yoga, things like that. It is becoming a really good genre.
Yeah.
There's stuff for you to watch. There's also the ability where you're just making, if you have in an apartment building, going up and down the stairs once a day, depending on what floor you live on. I used to have this old lady, and I would see her 3 times a day walking back and forth. And it's like she would count the amount of times that she went up and down the hallway, but she moved. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's still recreational programs where you can just drive yourself to. There's still aqua therapy programs that you can get yourself to. But you want to put your mind and a game plan in terms of routine of keeping yourself moving daily. We're not talking about losing weight. We're not talking about going out there and sweating yourself out with cardio.
Exactly.
But we are talking about making sure that your limbs and your joints and your muscles are regularly getting movement. So you can pick the things that you want to do. But this is very imperative. What we need you to understand. And I know sometimes there's people that are like, but it hurts and it hurts. We're not asking you to stretch yourself out. We're asking you to know your pain limit. But even sitting on a chair and just lifting your legs up, lifting your hands up, lifting your arms up, all of these different things make a huge difference. You have to move in the cold because the sun can't move your body. So you got to move your body.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
But then there's also the active lifestyle in terms of just being social, because everybody kind of does the hibernation thing.
Yeah.
And it's bad enough as chronic pain conquerors where because we have our pain, we've kind of disassociated from our regular social group, like we're not there anymore. But there's a lot of organizations. I mean, I talk to people a lot and they're like, well, I've got a Facebook group. Let's talk about Zoom groups. Let's talk about creating phone conversations. Let's talk about having once a week or once a month gatherings with friends where this is where you are being strategic in terms of getting yourself out or getting yourself connected.
Exactly.
Because we're talking about the sad again. We're talking about the cold. We're talking about the depression. And you've got to combat that. And you've got to be in a place where, let's just say, like Sheriffa's seen me. She's seen, even while I've been down here, I've had weeks where I'm just like, I'm just not well. And she can tell that I'm depressed. I go through depression. She's on me like, all right, let me check in on you. Let me be happy with you. But if I don't tell her, if I don't tell my friends or family,
that's true.
They don't know how to support me. And your biggest advocate is you. So make sure that you're out there and you're telling people about that stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about thermal clothing or do you want to touch on that?
You can talk about thermal clothing because you got all the heated stuff, the weighted stuff, the thermal.
Don't hate.
I hate it. I hate it because you introduced me to the weighted blanket and it is like my best friend right now.
Okay, so let's start off with that. Okay, so we're talking about thermal. We're talking about thermal because one of the things that people don't think about in our chronic pain community is how to keep warm. Listen, there are people out there that are ski jumping in minus something degrees in Switzerland going downhill. How do they keep warm? Thermal clothing. And some of them are so thin, like they're so. And what if you can get yourselves on the leggings or even
Yeah.
a top, the change that it makes. Like I know that we like to layer and we'll put like a leggings underneath the jeans and whatever, and that does help. But if you deal with chronic pain,
Yeah.
go and invest. I'm going to use the word invest and not buy. Invest in thermal clothing because it's something that you can use year after year and you're thankful for it. And it makes a huge difference in your life.
I
And,
have thermal tights.
and
That's
how do
what
you
I've
like them?
invested in, thermal tights. Mind you, I use it under my clothes, but it's one of those where I can literally, like, I'm going to the store, I can wear those out. Like, I'm okay.
Okay.
That's how good they are. So I am 100% agreeing with Khalilah. They can be your best friend.
They can be your best friend.
Yeah.
There's also leggings with fur in it now.
Yeah, I heard about those.
You have a fur baby, there's fur leggings. So
I think I'll just stick with my fur baby right now, but we'll see.
okay. So we wanted to bring that out.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about, so I've already talked about the heated blanket and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. Well, I've talked about the heating pad and the heating throw, but let's talk about the heated blanket and the weight blanket. So sleeping can be really hard for people right now. I'm having difficult sleeping with the cold, you know? And there are times where you just can't get to bed or things are just like really rough. And you've talked about the melatonin and some of the other things that you can take to put in your body. But on your body, let's talk about weight blankets. I can't bring mine with me because it's like 15 pounds.
Mine is heavy too. I was not going to lug it with me either.
So for those of you that don't know, a weight blanket is really, that's exactly what it is. It has different weights on it. So it can be a 5 pound, which means the total weight of the blanket, 10, 15 pounds.
It's evened out in the blanket. Yeah.
Think of somebody that has, it's not autism. I'm trying to remember the word.
ADHD?
I know the word and I can't remember it. It's a blooper time, people, where where somebody might have a pain, but in order to relieve them, you hug them tightly.
You get the pressure, yeah.
You give them pressure. The weight blanket is pretty much putting weight onto your body, triggering your body, allowing it to release, your pain points, but it puts you to sleep. And the weight blanket, it's not set so that you get hot, right? Like you can use it in the summertime, but what it's meant to do is to put the pressure, a light pressure on your body. And people don't move as much underneath it. You can fall asleep a lot better to it. It soothes your body. It's basically soothing your body. The weight of the blanket is soothing your body. So where can you find things like that? Everyone wants to say Amazon, but you can still find those things kind of in the pharmaceutical area. I actually found it in the sporting goods at Big Five the other day, which I was really surprised about. But the truth of the matter is I've introduced this weighted blanket to so many people and their sleep has changed.
It's been amazing. Like, I don't want to leave my bed.
Now, take the weighted blanket, underneath it, put a heated blanket, and then go to bed.
So then I'm be stuck in bed the whole winter.
It's a cocoon of warmth. It's just hot chocolate with marshmallows on top.
They're not hard to find in Canada, to be honest. They have them in Walmart. They have them in Home Depot. They have them at Bed Bath and Beyond as well. So they're really not hard to find because I think they're becoming more common as well.
Yeah. So autism was the word that I was looking for.
Autism, yeah.
And they help with people with ADHD, autism, anxiety. They just calm your restless body. And now I'm not going to say that just having the weighted blanket helps, but for me, there's days where it's like weighted blanket, heated blanket, melatonin, or sleeping pill.
Yeah.
And we always want to reiterate, there's not one answer.
Right.
You may have to add just like you got to put on a t-shirt, some underwear, some socks, and a pants, which makes a whole outfit.
Yeah, then you have to adjust depending. And I mean, everybody's different. I think that's what it is. Everybody's different.
Okay. Now, I think for us, we're about to wrap up this show, but I think for us, there's one last thing that that I think is the most important point that I definitely want to get us into, and I'm gonna let Sheriffa take that because this is
Listen, I do not hesitate. Like, let's just be honest. There's a lot of things going on during the winter months. Let's just put at the forefront the holidays. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody and their mom, their grandma wants to see you. Guys, it can be overwhelming. And I understand we may just feel bad, but saying the word no is absolutely fine. It's fine with me. I don't know about Khalilah, but I can say no and feel noise. Don't feel guilty about it, guys. And be sure to give an understanding of why you're saying no. That's where you have conversations with your family, your friends. Let them know what's going on with you. You never know. A conversation may actually result in then helping you. Okay, where you can still attend that family function, but at the same time, they can adjust and make you comfortable so that you're not missing out and you're not home by yourself, right? So it's always good to advocate for yourself and have a conversation because you don't know what it can result in. But don't feel guilty about just saying no. If you want to stay home, that is okay because now I got my fur baby. I'm A-okay.
I think the only thing that I would add to that is that no can elongate your health. And in terms of in you saying no, it can reserve energy. It can stop you from having additional pain. And that means is that your health can last longer. A lot of times we like to sit back and think that no is such a bad word. But if no helps you, no helps you.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you've got a good friend, you can do what I say. Hell no. But that's only if they're a good friend.
Yep.
Okay. So let's wrap this up. I feel like it's been a good start, Rifa.
I'm excited for season 4. I think we are just not even the gist of what's about to happen on season 4. We are just setting the pace, but I don't even think we set it because we have some amazing guests that are coming on. We have some like discussions, or we're gonna bring back some guests from season 3 that y'all like enjoyed. So I am like on cloud 9, excited about season 4 right now.
Okay. So do you want to do our keep it moving moment, or shall I?
I can do it. That's not a problem.
Take us into our keep it moving moment, my love.
Okay. Chronic pain is not all about the body. It's not all about the brain. It's everything. Target everything and take back your life. And that's from Sean McKee. And I'm going to repeat it one more time. Chronic pain is not all about the body, and it's not all about the brain. It's about everything. Target everything and take back your life. And that's from Sean McKee.
That is a really wonderful, I like that. I don't know where you got it from, but I really like that you did that. Take us out, my love. I'm excited about our guest next week, but you know, we just want to say first and foremost, we didn't get to start this off, but thank you to everybody that has been supporting us in 2021. We are definitely excited for 2022. Keep sharing, keep liking, and keep asking questions. And we will do our best to make sure that everything comes out with regards to what's happening. You know, we are trying our best, and every year we learn more and more. We learn about conditions that we've never heard about before. So if you have a story, make sure that you tell us. But I am definitely excited. So, Miss Rifa, let's take ourselves out of this and let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go.
So, guys, that is our show. I'm Sheriffa McLaren Thomas from YouTube's The Thomas Life. There's Ollie Bug.
What is his name again? Give him
his name is Ollie. He's a cockapoo, so he's half Cocker Spaniel and half poodle.
Oh my gosh, Ollie is so cute. I like him.
They like
All right, how old is he again?
He's 3 months.
Okay.
He's 3 months.
Okay. We got family members, people. Chronic Pain Conversations is growing. So I am Khalilah, the overcomer. And she's like, I don't know who I am.
I'm sorry. We'll be back next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's 9 a.m. Pacific Time, with guest Jessica Cumming. Imagine dealing with a cyst in your spine, muscles of your digestive system becoming impaired and changes the speed, strength, or coordination of your digestive organs, or even having an infectious or non-infectious etiology resulting in bleeding from the inner lining of the urinary bladder. We will be speaking to Jessica Cumming about her journey with syringomyella, hemorrhagic cystitis, and gastric dysmotility. Ooh, words, Khalilah.
Right?
Be sure not to miss it.
I am really, it's going to be an interesting thing. The pictures that we have, the way that she advocates for herself on social
God, amazing.
media.
Amazing, absolutely.
And I love her because she's both very open and honest and truthful. And there are days where she posts about crying, and then there's days that she posts about being the sexiest thing alive.
Listen, I'm inspired, but I can't wait for our audience to hear her out next week.
I can't wait next week. Okay, so we just want to say thanks for joining us for another episode of Chronic Pain Conversations. Be sure to follow us on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube, CP Conversations. And, you know, if you are a chronic pain sufferer and you have turned conqueror, or you have tips on how to manage life through the chronic pain, we are inviting you to be our guest by filling out our Share Your Story form on any of our social media platforms.
Absolutely. And if you're a business and or service that helps support and caters to the chronic pain community, such as clinicians, physicians, maybe you're a marijuana chef or a health supplier, we want to hear from you. So we invite you to be our guest as well and promote your business. And also to submit your information, just check out our bio link on any of our social media platforms.
It is 2022, and we just want to remind you that Chronic Pain Conversations is the show that highlights and advocates about chronic pain. Have yourself a blessed week. Have yourself a blessed year. And we cannot wait to take this journey with you. Bye.